games down. What are you seeing from your team that excites you or you just love?
I'm just loving, yeah, we're young and we're scrappy, and I'm really loving just the fight that we're putting up against teams that have been bigger than us, just a little bit taller, more physical, and I think we just do really well with challenges. We went 5 with the home team last weekend, and then 4, almost 5 with the Big Ten team, and you know, I think first few games of the year, everyone's kind of figuring some things out, figuring out their lineup, so every team's kind of adjusting on the fly, and I felt like with those adjustments, we just did really well, and then finished on a high, leaving the tournament, so it was great.
Is there any adjustments or any kinks that you want to kind of iron out before home game on Friday?
Yeah, I think it's just like the little plays. I think we're kind of trying to tighten up some of those easy points that maybe we sacrificed over the weekend, and kind of looking for strategies to, you know, where we're setting the ball or where we're hitting the ball, kind of making some of those adjustments. So yeah, little adjustments always here and there, but I think at the beginning of the year it's just kind of trying to find your rhythm, and so setting us up in practice to get more in a rhythm has been good.
How much have some of your veteran players kind of really stepped up either in their role or just a leadership role to kind of lead this young team?
Yeah, I feel like they're discovering that day by day. We're even talking about that today, and I think it takes kind of this preseason to figure out what their role is going to be, and you know, how vocal they're going to be, and some are more lead by example, some are more vocal, and I think, you know, it's cool to see that come out more and more even in practice, like even from yesterday to today, just learning things and talking about things. We're always talking about cultural things before practice, and so just putting that into implementing it, so it's been good.
Grace Doyle got an honors this
past
weekend.
All tournament.
Yeah. How, what are you seeing from her that excites you, or how much of an impact is she making so far on this team?
Yeah, when Grace gets the ball, good things happen. So, you know, I think a lot of teams are going to, if they don't already know that, going to know that, and then it's going to cause, you know, other positions to have to step up a little bit more, attackers. But I think Grace does a great job with added pressure. We were kind of just talking about that, of she can handle more, and she's kind of realizing that, stepping into this upperclassman role. So really proud of her. She has, you know, her name's very fitting. She has the grace and the humility, but also is just a fantastic volleyball player.
Okay. What can you say about the skill level here? Again, this is a young team, but they also bring some skill with them that can compete with teams in all conferences.
Yeah.
What can you say about the skill level?
Yeah, I think you know, ball control is kind of something we've been working on, this first contact, and getting, you know, jumping on the rally early and being able to side out at a high rate. And so I think we've really taken, first few couple weeks, we've been taking that into practice and kind of with some of the plays we've been running. And so I think they've really been focused on, you know, can we jump on a rally early? Can we get great ball control early to help? So I think that's something that we've been doing well to hang with other teams.
Doyle mentioned chemistry. You guys just kind of need to keep playing games to build that chemistry.
Yeah.
How much are you seeing the chemistry kind of mesh or not mesh, or do you guys think you still need to iron that out a little bit more? Or?
Yeah, I think it's always something to be ironed out, you know, and I think when things are going well, most teams have great chemistry, and I think during like a 5-set loss like we had, and then, you know, losing after you've been up by 10, like I think that causes you to kind of iron some things out. So sometimes those losses are really beneficial because you get a wake-up call early of things that you need to adjust. So I'm actually really grateful that those things happen, because I think it's caused us to jump on certain areas faster than maybe we would have if we would have gotten lucky this weekend.
Seattle U, what challenges do they present come game time?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. This is their first weekend playing,
okay.
So we'll be their first match of the year. I mean, the school I was at last year, we played them last year in preseason, but I really don't know. I couldn't tell you. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's all for me.
So Grace obviously had a great tournament, but who else stepped up? Maybe not in terms of stats, but maybe just in trying new positions or just bringing a lot of energy. Who were you impressed with?
Yeah, I was really impressed with Hannah, just running our offense. Molly stepped in, and we put Presley into block, and Molly stepped in and did a great job. Has a you know, secondary setter there, like, and I think something I love about her is just her confidence, and she's someone that really embodies our culture too. You know, our pins were really setting out at a great high rate, and yeah, I think we're getting better with some sets to the middles that maybe they didn't run as much last year. So it's really kind of across the board, like everybody's doing things that maybe were areas that we've grown in since last year when they were playing. So just improvement all around.
So far, a couple games down, what have you been seeing from your team that you're excited about or just liking?
I think we have a lot of new people, so I'm super excited to see kind of how we all mesh together on the court, because off the court we have really similar personalities, so it's easy to like get along with each other. But on the court I'm excited to play with a bunch of new people because it's new experiences for everybody. And I think it'll be great. I think it's a good learning experience, especially for like the freshmen who are new and even the older people, because like I said, it's a bunch of new people, so it's like we're all kind of new to this, but even though some of us are 4th and 5th years, it's like still a good learning experience.
How have these new people kind of made an impact on the court so far?
I think a lot of people had to step up and do things that they weren't necessarily comfortable with. Even if they aren't new, like Molly, she's a libero, but she's setting right now. So it's like you never really know kind of what's going to be thrown at you, so you always have to be ready. But I think the new people are handling it really well. I think it's just that they're open to new things because they're at a new school, a new place, new people, all these things. So I think they're doing a really good job of like kind of adapting to new situations, and that helps us, even the people who are like doing the same things, because that makes us have to be ready for everything and us have to adapt. So it really helps everybody.
You talk about stepping up. How much have you stepped up, kind of either in a leadership role or just in your position?
For leadership, I think it's because I'm now a senior who's going to be taking her COVID year, so it gives me another year. But it just makes me have to like kind of own things, like own my play, own my mistakes even, and like own my team. So it's like what I do reflects us together, and so I think that made me kind of grow up necessarily in the sense of like I have to be like accountable for my actions and all this stuff. So I think stepping up in a leadership way is like I want to lead the younger people, because we're mostly freshmen and sophomores, that like I want to show them what Bulldog volleyball is. And so I think that is a way that I'm trying to step up in leadership. And then what was the other question?
How have you stepped up in your role?
Oh yes, role. I think being the oldest in my position kind of made me step up a little bit. It was just kind of like I just kind of got grandfathered in, you know, so it's like I just have to, like I said, own my play, and I think that by me doing that, it kind of helps everybody else realize that like I have to own my play too, and I have to like be accountable for my actions, and like if I do something that's bad necessarily or I mess up or whatever, it's gonna be okay because I'm a team sport. So I think I want to help everybody. Being a senior in a position that I've been for the last 4 years, I want to like make sure everybody knows that like you have a job that you have to do, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna mess up, but that's fine because volleyball is a game of mistakes. So, yeah.
You are now a senior. How much have you developed during the off season? I saw that you're even training in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
How much have you learned from that in just the off season and just growing into your senior season?
Oh gosh, that's a lot. I've grown a lot. I think the training was a really good eye-opening experience for me because I got to meet with a couple Olympic players and see like their point of views, and that kind of necessarily like shaped my point of view for this season. So I think that really helped. And then just off season in Fresno, I really worked a lot on like my offense and like hitting and swinging and blocking and all this stuff. So I think I just kind of dialed in more because I kind of knew, being old, I know all like the game, I know how it goes and all this stuff, but like it's more skill focused now. So learning on like what will score points and what will win games, I think that's what I really worked on in the off season.
Okay. What are some of your personal goals this season?
Oh gosh, my personal goal, I want to make the Mountain West Championship tournament. We fell short last year, but we're back, and so I really think that we can do it this year. So that's a team goal too, but personally I think that we can really step up and do that.
Is there any adjustments that need to be made? Any kinks that you saw in these first couple of games that need to be adjusted?
Like I mentioned earlier, it's a bunch of new people, so with that comes awkwardness and like confusion sometimes. So I think once we finally iron out those kinks of like, now we know what's going on and we know like how to win games, how to win points and all that stuff, I think that'll really help us out in the long run. But like I said, new people playing new positions, so it's a learning curve. We're gonna figure it out, but I think we have a good grasp on it so far.
How about coach? You also have a new coach. How much has she helped you or changed the system?
She's done a lot. It's been a big change from last coach to this coach, but I think she's really helped us as volleyball players, but mostly as people. She really focuses a lot on like the culture of our program and us as individuals and like playing together even off the court, all that stuff. So I think it's really helped us grow together as like a team and be actual friends and like not just, oh, she's my teammate type of thing. So I think that helps us on the court with like our relationships and our trust and our communication, which all help us play better in the end.